minutes to help explain why race really still needs to remain part of the conversation. You quote Tomi Lahren saying, "I don't see color," to Trevor Noah. But she's certainly not the only person to have said that or who have thought that we should be a colorblind society and not talk about race, because talking about race is divisive. What do you say to those who believe we're beyond a society that needs to be seen through a racial lens?
Well, the funny thing, Sonny, is that when Tomi Lahren made that statement on The Daily Show, she said, "I don't see color." Trevor Noah responded right back and said, "Well, what do you do at a traffic light?"
Right.
Clearly, we all see color. This idea that somehow color doesn't exist. My life has never been colorblind. I was born in a segregated hospital in St. Louis, Missouri. My birth certificate identified me as Negro.
Yes.
From the moment I was born, I was labeled by my color. My parents both attended segregated schools, racially segregated schools in St. Louis. When I went to high school, I was the first Black president of my high school and the first Black editor of my college newspaper. Not because I was the first Black person to be qualified, but because Black people had been excluded for hundreds of years from those opportunities.
Right.
So I think we have this mythology around colorblindness that we think Dr. King said everyone should be colorblind, and Dr. King never said that. What he said instead, I thought you were going to say something, but what he said instead was the idea that we should be color kind, not colorblind. That we shouldn't judge people negatively because of their color, but we shouldn't erase or deny the fact that we have differences. Our diversity is our beauty. It's what makes us happy. It's what makes us strong as
people.
And
that there are systems in place still to this day resulting from this racial
There are systems in place, and we don't sometimes realize how pervasive it is, but we're on 66th Street here. I don't know if I'm supposed to say that. We're on West 66th Street here in Manhattan. If I walk outside and try to get a taxi cab and raise my hand, I'm still less likely to get a taxi than any white person in the audience who just tries to get a taxi because I'm Black.
Right.
If I go into a shopping mall or department store, I'm more likely to be followed because I'm Black. If I'm driving down the street, I'm more likely to be stopped by police and more likely to be arrested because I'm Black. America has never been a colorblind society.
We're not expecting you, Black Lives Matter, Al Sharpton, The View, or the Democrats to be colorblind, because you need the idea of color to push the narrative of racism. You need the idea of color to sell Black people the narrative that they're oppressed and they shouldn't be doing anything in the country because they're not going to get a house. They're not going to be able to do this. They're not going to be able to do that. So you guys are race hustlers and you guys profit off. You're just here to sell your book. So we wouldn't be surprised that you're not colorblind. I mean, sell your book. Look at Black Lives Matter. They received $90 million and still didn't put anything back into the Black community or the families that was affected by police shooting. Let me know what you guys think.